disruptive heavy snowfall and ice issues.
Tonight at 10, the Prime Minister warns migrants that if they travel to the UK illegally, they'll be swiftly removed as the government unveils new legislation. Touring a Home Office command centre in Dover today, Rishi Sunak said anyone arriving illegally would be banned from claiming asylum or returning in future.
For the first time, we will have a system whereby if people come here illegally, they won't be able to stay, they'll be detained and they'll be swiftly removed.
But the government's plans to stop small boats crossing are criticised by the UN Refugee Agency and by Labour, who say they're unworkable.
They have been in power for 13 years. The asylum system is broken and they broke it.
Also tonight, it's been announced that strike action by Network Rail workers next week has been called off after a new pay offer. A vigil in Cardiff for 3 young people who died in a car crash and 2 others who lay critically injured at the scene as police are criticised for not searching for them sooner. Head-to-head, the 3 candidates vying to be Scotland's next First Minister who came out on top in tonight's live debate. That debate is taking place right here in Glasgow, and we're here tonight as the BBC marks a very special centenary. It's 100 years ago this week that the BBC transmitted its first broadcast in Scotland from an attic room in the city centre.
And coming up on the BBC News Channel, all to play for as Chelsea needed at least 1 goal against Borussia Dortmund in the second leg of their last 16 Champions League tie.
Good evening and welcome to the BBC News at 10, coming tonight from Glasgow, in a week when the BBC is marking 100 years of broadcasting in Scotland. We'll have more on that later. But our main story tonight is that the government has unveiled its plan to tackle illegal migration as it tries to stop tens of thousands of people crossing the English Channel in small boats every year. The Prime Minister has called the new legislation tough but necessary and fair. Labour and some refugee charities have warned the scheme is unworkable. Tonight, we'll explain the measures and ask if they can really work. The illegal migration bill sets out to ban people who arrive in small boats from claiming asylum here. Instead, they'll be deported to Rwanda or a different safe country if it's too dangerous for them to return to their own country. Children will be removed when they turn 18. And there would be a ban on re-entering the UK for anyone who had arrived here in an unauthorised way. Our first report this evening is from our political editor, Chris Mason.